Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a really powerful new novel, one that imagines a future that feels, well, almost a little too close for comfort. It's a story that grapples with some of the biggest questions of our time: political division, crazy technological leaps, and what it even means to be human anymore. So let's start with a huge question. What if all the political and cultural divides we see and feel every day, what if they stopped being just arguments online and became actual militarized borders? What would that America even look like? Well, that is the central, explosive question at the heart of John F. Zer's new novel, Divided We Stand. But hold on. This isn't just a book you read from front to back. The author has built something pretty revolutionary here. It actually changes how you engage with the story, turning it from just a book into a real conversation. Okay, check this out. The book comes with this incredible AI companion, so you can listen to an AI-driven podcast that goes super deep on the novel's characters and themes. But here's the wild part. At any moment, you can literally hit a join button, interrupt the AI hosts, and just ask your own questions. Like you want to know more about why a character did something or get clarity on a plot point. You get a personalized, detailed answer right then and there. It's a totally new way to explore a fictional world. All right, so the novel itself is broken down into two main parts. Part one is called The Fracture, and it just plunges us right into this near-future America. A catastrophic cyber attack completely shatters the nation's power grid, and with it, the whole Union. The United States officially splits into two brand new separate republics. And wow, the symbols of these new nations, they tell you everything you need to know. The Red Republic, for instance, adopts this flag. You've got this powerful, defiant silhouette of Donald Trump, fist in the air, against the classic patriotic colors. And in the middle, a golden eagle, but instead of an olive branch, it's clutching lightning bolts and another fist. It's all about populist rebellion and this feeling of constant struggle. And then on the flip side, you have the Blue Republic, which goes in a totally different direction. Their flag reimagines the original American design. The stars now form a perfect circle, which is meant to symbolize inclusion and dialogue. And woven right through them is a translucent olive branch, signaling this deep commitment to peace and to the environment. Two flags, two completely different visions for what the future should be. And these aren't just symbolic differences, They get written directly into law. Each republic drafts its own new constitution. The Blue Republic's constitution champions things like social equality and bodily autonomy. The Red Republic's, on the other hand, enshrines the right to bear arms and free markets. It even requires loyalty oaths, with public tribunals set up to punish anything they consider subversion. The cultural split gets just as deep. Even music becomes a sort of battleground. The Red Republic rallies around a brand new defiant anthem written by Kid Rock called America is Great Again. Meanwhile, the Blue Republic, searching for something more unifying and transcendent, officially adopts Ray Charles's iconic, soulful version of America the Beautiful. So after the book establishes this completely fractured world, it does something really fascinating. It leaps forward in time into part two, the Renaissance. And this section explores a really cool idea. What if humanity could use technology to actually solve the very problems that tore it apart to begin with? A central reason for the Great American Split in the novel was just rampant misinformation and social media echo chambers. So in this future, society builds a solution. They call it the truth chain. You can think of it like a verification system for information itself. It uses a secure digital ledger to trace any piece of data all the way back to its original source, which helps restore a shared sense of reality. And the book's vision is just breathtakingly ambitious. It explores a digital afterlife where your consciousness can be preserved in an AI avatar, forcing people to question if a digital ghost is really their loved one. You've got urban rewilding, where whole cities are returned to nature, societies of water nomads living on synthetic oceans, and even memory pharmacies that let you edit your own past. It raises these huge questions about what really makes us who we are. But with all this high-concept world-building and future tech, you might be wondering, what grounds the story? What makes it human? Well, it all centers on a single family, the Millers, who are just trying to navigate it all and somehow stay together across the generations. Their family's journey really mirrors the novel's epic scope. The story kicks off with Janie's birth, right in the middle of the fracture, an event that actually forces her politically opposed family members to unite. Later, they have to migrate to Paraguay as water becomes the world's most valuable resource. We then follow Janie as she grows up to become a scientist, grappling with the incredible world of the Renaissance. And the story even looks ahead to her daughter, Elle, who's preparing to take humanity to the stars. And the novel doesn't just present these futuristic ideas. It really thoughtfully explores their human cost. This quote from Janie, as she's talking to the digital avatar of her own mother, just gets right to the heart of it all. It asks those deep, ethical questions that all this new technology forces us to confront. So why? Why did the author John F. Zur write this book? Well, in an author's note, he explains that it came from a really personal place and that he wrote it with a very specific purpose in mind. He states it directly. He says the characters aren't necessarily meant to be these deep literary studies. He calls them mirrors. They're designed to reflect our world, our dilemmas, and our own beliefs right back at us, at the readers, to make us think. He wrote the book as a kind of catharsis, a way to deal with all the divisiveness he was seeing in the world, but he also wrote it with a lot of hope, a hope that we can find ways to come together, that we can actually build the tools, like that truth chain, to separate fact from fiction. And ultimately, he believes that a story is just a much more powerful way to explore these ideas than another opinion just being shouted into the void. And that brings us to the final, really powerful message of this whole novel. The author makes it crystal clear in the epilogue that this story isn't just about the fictional characters on the page. The real question the book leaves you with is this one: what will you do? It's a direct challenge to all of us. It's a call to reflect on our own lives, our own choices, and the future that we want to help build. It turns that mirror away from the page and points it right at the reader, leaving you with a thought that really sticks with you long after you've finished.